שיר לאדוני, כל הארץ, שיר לאדוני, ברכו שמו, בסכו מיום ליום ישועתו, שיר לאדוני, שיר חדש, שיר לאדוני כל הארץ, שיר לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסכו מיום ליום ישועתו. ספרו בגויים כבודו, לכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים. שיר לאדוני, שיר חדש, שיר לאדוני כל הארץ, שיר לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. ספרו בגויים כבודו, לכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים. שיר לאדוני, שיר חדש, שיר לאדוני כל הארץ, שיר לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. ספרו בגויים כבודו, לכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים. שיר לאדוני, שיר לאדוני, שיר לאדוני. ספרו בגויים כבודו, לכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים. שיר לאדוני, שיר חדש, שיר לאדוני כל הארץ, שיר לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. שיר לאדוני, שיר חדש, שיר לאדוני כל הארץ, שיר לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסכו מיום ליום ישועתו. שיר לאדוני, שיר חדש, שיר לאדוני כל הארץ, שיר לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסכו מיום ליום ישועתו. ספרו בגויים כבודו, לכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים. שיר לאדוני, שיר חדש, שיר לאדוני כל הארץ, שיר לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. ספרו בגויים כבודו.
טוב ומנה
Umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov Umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov Umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov Umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. How good it is,
How good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. Everybody, Hine matov, Hine matov, Umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, Umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Try that. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum.
What does it take to get you fired up? Not upset or agitated, but fueled with passion and energy, ready to move forward with a project, an assignment, follow a dream. In this week's Torah portion, Tzav, we are told that the priests must make sure to attend the fire on the altar. It is to be a ner tamid, an eternal light. As we read in chapter 6, verse 5 of Leviticus, the fire on the altar shall be kept burning on it, not to go out every morning. The priest shall feed it wood, lay out the burning offering. The responsibility is huge and strenuous. To keep the fire stoked, keeping watch overnight, this is one of the most essential tasks of the priestly class. But Rabbi Alexander Z. Friedman sees this responsibility not just as physical obligation, but rather as commandment of intention and rejuvenation. As he teaches, typically we read the phrase "tu kad bo" as a fire shall be kept burning bo on it, as the requirement to stoke the physical flame on the altar. Yet the Hebrew word bo doesn't have to mean on, it can also mean within. So the verse can also be understood to mean the fire of the altar shall be kept burning within him. That is, the zeal of sacrifice to be kept burning within the priest to whom the commandment is addressed. The work we do, the responsibilities we bear are great and often tiring, and yet our sacred tasks require that we keep our intentions in focus, that we find ways to stoke the flame of purpose and passion in our lives as we make ready to celebrate Shabbat and, of course, Passover, which is now still about 26 hours away. I hope you're gonna get some pizza tonight. So, as we make ready to celebrate Shabbat, I invite you to take a deep, cleansing breath and consider how you can keep the flame burning alive inside of you. As peace descends and we get ready to take our Sabbath rest, may we use our time together as the billow that stokes our eternal flame within. So we turn up to page 3 as we kindle fire Shabbos light. It's my pleasure to welcome Betty Indick up to offer the reading before our blessings.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. Turn now to page 24 as we welcome Shabbat. We welcome each other, singing Shalom Aleichem.
Yai, lai, 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Shalom Aleichem Malachei Hasharet Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malachei Hamalachim Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Moachem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mimelech, malachei hamalachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Baruchuni leshalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mimelech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Seitchem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mimelech, malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai.
Turn back to page 20 so that we can welcome the Sabbath bride singing together Lecha Dodi. We'll sing verses 1 and 2, 5 and 9. And when we reach verse 9, Bo'i v'shalom, we rise as a congregation and we turn to face the entrance of our sanctuary so that we can beckon, welcome that Sabbath bride, really the Shabbat spirit we feel inside when we sing all together as one. So whether you're joining us here in the Wolf Sanctuary or from your own sacred space on live stream, wherever that may be, join us, sing with us, feel that Shabbat spirit that connects us all together. Page 20.
Lecha lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Everyone lecha lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor vezachor bedibbur echad ishmiyanu el hameyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad לשם תפארת ולתחילה לה 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 לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לה 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 לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי כי באורך ומאורי אורי שדברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לה 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 לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני ים סגולה בואי כלה בואי לה 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 לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה.
Turn to those around you, wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Let them know how glad you are they're here. We continue with Chatzi Kaddish on page 26 as we remain standing through the Shema.
יתקדש ויתקדש שמי רבה ועמד יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל בקלה ובזמן הקריב אמרו יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו ליל הבין כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמי כאן בעלמה ואמרו אמן.
Page 28.
Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai lai lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie.
We continue on page 30 with Ma'ariv Aravim, praising God for the gift of creation. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Asher Bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, Bechokma Poteach Sha'arim, Uvit Vuna Meshane Itim, Umachalif et Hazmanim, Umisader et HaKochavim, B'mishmerotehem Barakia Kirtsono, Borei Yom Valayla, Golel Or Mipnei Choshech, V'choshech Mipnei Or, Uma'avir Yom Umevi Laila, Umavdil Bein Yom Uvein Laila, Adonai Tzavaot Shemo. El Chai B'Kayam, Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Ata Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. On the bottom of page 33, we read responsively. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol.
All these things your Torah gives to us.
And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives.
What could be a truer token of your abiding love
than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch Ata Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. You may be seated as we turn to page 36 and join together in Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha vechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha vehayu hadvarim haele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha v'dibarta b'ham v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha uv'kshavtam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת.
Emet. In anticipation of Passover, I offer a special Geula reading adapted from a poem by Marge Piercy before we sing a very Pesach Micha Mocha. That's Yiddish for Passover-like. Blessed is the courage to let go of the door, the handle. Blessed the courage to leave the place whose language you learned early as your own. Blessed the courage to walk out of the pain that is known into the pain that cannot be imagined, mapless, walking into the wilderness, going barefoot with a canteen into the desert. Bless us all, born wanderers, with shoes under our pillows. And blessed are those Jews who changed, who chose the desert over bondage, who walked into the strange and became strangers, and gave birth to children who could look down on them standing on their shoulders for having been slaves. Blessed are those who let go of everything but freedom, who ran, who revolted, who fought, who became other by saving themselves. For courage, freedom, sing, and rejoice. Page 40, Micha Mocha.
kamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar bakodesh Torah teilot, osef eleh Torah teilot, osef eleh Malachutecha ral vanecha bokei ayam nifte Moshe Miriam zeheli adu ve'ameru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Michamocha bailim Adonai Michamocha nehezar bakodesh Torah teilot osef eleh Torah teilot osef ונאמר כיפת אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
Page 42.
השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום ביתה ועד עולם. Let's continue together. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לחיים, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים.
On page 44, we continue singing Vishamru as a way to inspire us to remember the gift of the commandment to observe, celebrate, and keep Shabbat.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Let's try that together. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים, כי ששת ימים Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת, שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We rise for the tefillah on page 46.
Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Adonai sefatai titach. Agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai. Adonai, Eloheinu, Velohei Avoteinu, Veimoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, Ve'hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei HaKol, Ve'zocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neichem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah Rav lehoshia, Mashiv haruach u'modrid hagah Hashem, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha bagevurot, Umito melach, Melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, Veneman atah lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukedoshim bechol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
You may be seated. On the top of page 55, we read together. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. On the bottom of page 57. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, and our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levarecha b'yirah na'avod. On page 58, we read together. We acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai, our God, and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one whose mercies never end, O compassionate one whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. For all these things, O sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha olecha na'eh lehodot. On page 61, we share together in our prayer for peace. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, eternal one, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael, Bashalom. Having prayed for peace in the world, we offer prayers of healing, peace for those in our lives, those we hold in our hearts, those on our minds who need our prayers for healing of body, mind, or spirit. If there's someone in your life that you are thinking of, I invite you to close your eyes if you wish as you picture them so that you can whisper their names out loud. Strengthened by each other's presence, our prayers are linked together. We turn to page 253 to offer our prayer for healing. Mishaberach.
Mishaberach avoteinu mekor habracha leimoteinu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imoteinu mekor habracha lavoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Amen. We offer prayers now for healing of the state of Israel, of peace between Israel and its neighbors. We invite you to rise if you are able and join with us. Our prayer is on your order of service handout. Rock and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, the dawning of our redemption. Shield it with your compassion and spread over it the sukkah of your shalom. Compel its leaders to act for the good of all who dwell in your holy land. Grant them sound minds, courageous hearts, and compassionate souls as they navigate the treacherous terrain of conflict and terror, war and destruction. Freer of the captives and binder of their wounds, be with those who remain in captivity and console their families. Give them strength to endure and speedily send them home. May the image of their faces remain in our hearts. Master of compassion, bring security and peace to all those who are vulnerable. Comfort all who are displaced and suffering. Protect the innocent wherever they may be, in Israel, in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Yemen, in Syria. May we never lose sight of their humanity and the spark of God's presence in us all. Holy One of blessing, may the leaders of the world put their people before power and reach for compromise before conflict. Uproot the hatred, animosity, and distrust of all those who would do harm, and replace them with love and kinship, so that all the peoples who dwell in your holy land find safety and sustenance, quiet and contentment, and an abundance of everlasting peace. Amen.
Amen. And we continue together with the following prayer, Achenu, praying for the safe and speedy return of our brothers and sisters who are still in captivity now for 2 years, 6 months, and 4 days. Let's join together. Achenu, kol Beit Yisrael. Achenu, kol Beit Yisrael. Hanetunim betzara, betzara uvashivya, haomdim ben bayam uvein bayabasha. Hamakom yerachem, yerachem aleichem, veyotzei mitzara, lirvacha, umeafel aleora, umishibu ligula hashta, bagala ubizman akariv, hashta bagala ubizman akariv. I realized I said 2 years and 6 months, but it's 1 year and 6 months and 4 days. As for our brothers and sisters, the whole house of Israel, who are given over to trouble or captivity, whether they abide on the sea or on the dry land, may the all-present have mercy upon them and bring them forth from trouble to enlargement, from darkness to light, and from subjection to redemption, now speedily and at a near time. V'nomar, Amen.
It's okay, because it does feel like forever. It does. You may be seated. We take a few moments now for our own personal silent prayers.
We invite you to turn in your Siddurim to page 259. We began with this prayer for Israel in English, and so further meditating on these words by singing them in Hebrew. 259. Avinu shebashamayim, tzor Yisrael vegoalo, barech et medinat Yisrael, reishit tzmichat geulateinu, hagen, hagen alecha, bevrat, bevrat chasdecha, ufros aleha, aleha, sukat, sukat shelomecha, uslach orcha v'amidcha, leroshecha, sarecha, ve'yoatzecha, ותקנם ותקנם ביצה טובה, ביצה טובה מלבנך. Strengthen the hands of those who defend our holy land. Avinu shebashamayim, deliver them and crown their efforts with triumph. Avinu shebashamayim, tzor Yisrael vegoalo, barech et medinat Yisrael, Reshit smichat geulateinu, hagen, hagen alecha, bevrat, bevrat chasdecha, ufros aleha, aleha, sukat, sukat shelomecha, venomar amen, venomar amen.
I stayed home most of today in order to prepare our house for Passover and tomorrow evening's Seder. Everyone's preparations for this holiday look a little different for sure, and while we don't change our dishes or fulfill the ritual of bidikat chametz, when you walk around the house in the dark with a candle, a feather, and a wooden spoon to make sure that every last bit of leaven is gone, we do empty out our pantry, refrigerator, and freezer of chametz. We also have a very accommodating neighbor who buys all of our chametz for the week. It is in this way that we attempt to fulfill the commandments and rabbinic rules surrounding the observance of Passover. Admittedly, while we find great meaning in these rituals, they are also physically tiring and very inconvenient. It requires a commitment that both Larry and I share to keep these traditions alive. And sometimes I wonder whether our children will feel compelled to do the same when they have homes of their own. They do enjoy Seder, and every year they are excited to have their favorite Passover dishes and desserts, at least for the first day or two. They're not big fans of leftovers, and they quickly grow tired of matzah pizza, matzah and cream cheese, and potatoes, and eggs, and eggs, and potatoes. For all of us, keeping Passover for the full week is a challenge. As a 7-day holiday, Passover is one of those Jewish experiences that has, let's say, a flashy start, but requires consistency to see it through to the end. This is not unlike the sacrifices that were introduced in last week's Parsha, Vayikra, and are further explained in this week's Torah portion, Tzav. Tzav opens with God's instruction to Moses to command the people regarding the sacrifices. As Rabbi Yehoshua B. Gordon points out, the Torah typically introduces a mitzvah using one of three terms: daber, speak; emor, say; or tzav, command. Among these, tzav is the least common. So why is it used here? Why is it the name of this week's Torah portion? Rashi explains that tzav always denotes urging, encouraging both the present generation and future ones to promptly and meticulously fulfill a particular commandment. In Tzav, this pertains to the Korban Tamid, or daily offering, a sacrifice which was to be brought each day, one lamb in the morning and another in the afternoon, day after day, year after year, century after century. We can imagine that after a while, it would have been all too easy for the priests to lose focus, or at least lose track of the intent required to properly offer the Korban Tamid. And for them, losing focus would have been a matter of life and death. So the command, Tzav et Aharon ve'et banav lemor, command Aaron and his sons thus, is an apt metaphor for how we might frame our commitment to fulfilling the requirements of Passover or other regular tasks or obligations in our lives. The importance of a tzav command is articulated in a midrash, one I actually talked about during Rosh Hashanah this year, where several sages have a debate about which verse in the Torah is the most important, leaving it to their leader, Rabbi Yehuda HaNasi, to make the final decision. Ben Zoma insisted on the Shema. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. The Shema is the watchword of our faith and a declaration of monotheism. Ben Nanas chose love your fellow as yourself, considered by the great Rabbi Akiva to be the general principle of the entire Torah, and of course, a favorite of Temple Beth-El as well. Ben Azai proposed the verse, when God created humankind, it was made in the likeness of God. The notion that humankind is created in God's image is the foundation of human dignity and spiritual growth. Each of these verses seemed to be a worthy candidate, yet none of them was chosen. Instead, Rabbi Yehuda gave the prize to Simon ben Pazi, who chose the command at the beginning of Tzav regarding the daily sacrifices in the temple. One lamb you shall offer up in the morning, and the other lamb you shall offer up in the afternoon. On the surface, Ben Pazi's statement about the daily offering doesn't seem to compare with the seemingly all-encompassing and grand statements of the three previous sages. But when we consider Rashi's note about the beginning of our Parsha, that a Jew should serve God with absolute consistency on a perpetual basis, like the twice daily Tamid offering, we see that while it may feel important and noteworthy to perform new and exciting commandments, or at least ones that show up only once or twice a year, like lighting the Hanukkah on Hanukkah or celebrating Seder, the ability to maintain enthusiasm for repetitive daily obligations speaks to a different, deeper sense of commitment and awareness. Ben Pazi's choice highlights the truth that transforming our lives in a sustainable way requires daily commitment without exception. This is why the Torah employed the unique word tzav, signifying the necessity for special strength, encouragement, and alacrity, both immediately and for all generations. Tzav requires constancy. There's no missing a day. There's no skipping. The idea that mindfulness and consistency bring greater meaning, balance, and peace to our lives is not an exclusively Jewish idea by any means. But adding a dimension of commandedness to the equation does add a layer of sacred intent to that practice. So whether that means meditating or exercising or stretching daily, or taking care with how you respond to requests or speak to other people, or committing to reciting Shema before you go to bed, or enduring an entire week without chametz. It's the awareness that you're doing something not just for yourself or for others, but in fulfillment of your covenant with God to make yourself and the world around you more holy, that endows the discipline and commitment that such consistency requires with extra meaning. How you decide to celebrate Passover is up to you, but I encourage us all to make a plan and then follow through, at least for the 7 or 8 days you observe. It's excellent practice towards achieving the consistency that Ben Pazi preached about, and a meaningful reminder of the fact that God doesn't assume that fulfilling mitzvot is necessarily easy. Tzav highlights the power of the small, consistent act as a pathway to a greater awareness of the sacred possibilities that surround us all. Amen. We turn to page 283 for the concluding portion of our service. Please rise for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא שם חלקנו לאחד את שמו, וגואלנו להמליך מלכותו. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. As we prepare to share together in the words of Kaddish, I invite you to turn to page 289 for meditation number 3 by Rabbi Chaim Stern. The light of life is a finite flame. Like the Shabbat candles, life is kindled, it burns, it glows, it is radiant with warmth and beauty. But soon it fades, its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance and our lives are full. But as night follows day, the candle of our life burns down in gutters. There is an end to the flames. We see no more and are no more seen. Yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. On this Shabbat, we consecrate the yahrzeits observed in our congregation this past week of Patty Ammerman, Sylvia Barnett, Mary Barshop, Natalie Berger, Alvin B. Burler, Lois Bornett, Harold Bormaster, Boyd Bradfield, Norman Buddy Bramson, Alfred Brody, Dr. Martin Kesselbaum, Sylvia Cohen, Aaron Kyle Conley, Ernestine Cooper, Justine Dietz, Beth Eisen, Ann Fainier, M. Bernard Gardner Sr., Ramona Garza, Shalomo Ben Shimon Gatan, Blanche Gilbert, Sanford Goldsman, Jacques Guggenheim Jr., Edward Eddie Manuel Halfent, Stephen Harris, Gabby Hawkins, Charles Himmelfarb, Marie Isidore Jacobs, Edna Joss, Harold Butch Karen, Arthur L. Katz, Tristy Kennedy, Ida King, Igor Kravchenko, Howard Krespach, Melvin Lockman, Leo Joseph Lichten, Gerald Marks, Eunice Miller, Sam Ojeda, Goldie Pearlstone, Lawrence Piloff, Richard Pinansky, Tom Pinansky, Flora Porterfield, Joseph Power Sr., Eileen Golden Rafkin, Jose Romero, Hillary A. Sanders, Dr. Roger Schwartz, Herman Schultz, Robert Silver, Steve Singer, Carolyn Smolkin, Bernard Sugarman, James Tarantino, Kevin Trout, Minnie Trodlier, and Helen Wexner. To their names, we link the names of those who in the last 30 days, Shloshim, had been laid to their eternal rest. We remember Juliette Cole, Richard Drillick, Jay Evans, David Freypart, Mel Indick, Chana Kimmelman Landy, and Roland Mizrahi. And to their names, we link the name of one who passed away this past week, her family observing the period of Shiva. We remember Ellen Moses Freed, sister of Sally Moses. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for blessing, along with those we hold in our hearts each and every day. We turn to page 294 as one congregation as we rise together to share in the words of the mourner's Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon u'v'yamechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'v'yizman kariv v'yamru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mivarach le'olam omei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudasha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nachamata, ta'amiram ba'alma v'yamru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'yamru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'yamru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all the world, to which we say, amen. You may be seated. It's my pleasure to call up Mark Eichelbaum, president of our Board of Trustees, to offer greetings and announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. I'm glad you could join us here in the Wolf Sanctuary or from your own sacred space. Thank you, Sisterhood, for sponsoring our pre-Shabbat oneg this evening, Betty for lighting our Shabbat candles, and Linda for welcoming us tonight as our greeter. Linda, thank you. And here are some upcoming events at Temple and things to know. The World Zionist Congress elections are open until Sunday, May 4th. This is an important opportunity to make your voice heard and a powerful way for Reform values to have an impactful say in how Israel spends its money. You can learn more about Temple's campaign and the elections by picking up a flyer in the Oppenheimer lobby or visiting our website under upcoming events. Join us for our Temple annual meeting on Sunday, May the 4th at 4:30 p.m. as we come together to celebrate, reflect, and plan for our future. This important gathering will include the presentation of congregational awards, a budget review, and the installation of our new board members. It's important that we, in accordance with our bylaws, 10% of households need to be in attendance. So if you can attend, please register and let us know that you are coming. Yalla, y'all. After that annual meeting, join us for an unforgettable evening celebrating the state of Israel's vibrancy, culture, and spirit. Gather with our community for a festive Israeli dinner, an interactive shuk or marketplace, an energetic evening of Israeli music and dancing, and fun for all ages. That'll be on May the 4th at about 6 p.m., and you can register on our website or in the weekly email. And you can find more information about all of these incredible events, and their registration links, either on our website or in those weekly announcements that arrive in your inbox around 4 p.m. every Thursday. I look forward to your participation in these enriching and community building opportunities. Shabbat Shalom and Chag Pesach Sameach.
I can't promise, but there might be some like underlying Star Wars theme too, since it's on May 4th.
I think our kids will probably come up with something.
He just said, don't tempt me, so, you know, it's hard to avoid.
We'll come up with something.
Okay. But it'll be Israel for sure. Our closing, he's like, no, it won't. Our closing song is Zeh Hayom. You can find that on the bottom of your order of service. Please rise if you're able.
Zeh Hayom Asa Adonai Nagila v'nismecha bo. Zeh Hayom Asa Adonai Nagila v'nismecha bo. Nagila v'nismecha Nagila v'nismecha bo. Nagila v'nismecha Nagila v'nismecha bo. Let's join together. Zeh Hayom Asa Adonai Nagila v'nismecha bo. Zeh Hayom Asa Adonai Nagila v'nismecha bo. This is the day that God has made.
Let us be glad.
And this is the hope that never fades.
Let us be glad.
And this is the day that God has made.
Let us be glad.
And this is the hope that never fades. Let us be glad. Let us be glad. Let us be glad. Zeh Hayom Asa Adonai Nagila v'nismecha bo. Zeh Hayom Asa Adonai Nagila v'nismecha bo. Nagila v'nismecha bo. Nagila v'nismecha bo.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.